Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. I am Brogan and I'm with Mike.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm glad to be back. I was here on Thursday and I'm here today. You've seen more of me than maybe my own family has because I'm in my room. What do we have today?
We've got a interesting show today. We're going to go back over Bitcoin. We're going to look at Solana. We were saying for a very long time Solana was going to break $50, and look where we are now. We're going to also take a look at Chainlink, another one of the show's favorite coins. After that, we've got some news about the World Economic Forum and their next foray into crypto. We've got some news about Ubisoft because now we have the gaming expert here, Brogan. And then we have some other news, which I can't remember what that is, but we're going to get to it in the end of the show. It's going to take about 45 minutes to get through everything. If you're new here, what do they need to do?
Subscribe,
And
follow, and like all the buttons, all the buttons except the leave button. It's just a cop out.
Exactly. So that's all you got to do. And it is a Saturday morning. Both of us are very tired.
Yeah.
I am currently drinking a energy drink to try and give me a little bit of energy on the show. Brogan is doing the same. So bear with us if we get a little bit sleepy by the time we get to the quiz. Yeah. So without further ado, I think it's time for you to have a look at the charts.
And as you bear with us, let's ride like a bull and get into the markets, shall we?
You're too young to be making dad jokes.
Hold on. Bit dominance. Bitcoin 51.4% on Bitcoin. Awesome. ETH 17.6%.
That shut up.
Yeah, because it was 17, I think, on Thursday.
It was actually 16.9 it went down to.
Oh.
So it actually did crash. But the most important thing is not the Bitcoin dominance today. What is the volume?
The fun part.
No, the volume.
24-hour volume is $68.58 billion.
So that came down because it was 92 billion yesterday. So the volume's come down. We've had our pump up. Your favourite part, don't give me the Bitcoin price. We're going to cover that. What are the top gainers and losers?
Let's have a look. Well, on the 20. Oh no. on the 24-hour FTX token, FTT is up 44.95%.
Do you want to know why that's so bad?
Why?
Because it's pumping because of Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler has shilled FTX2 and said he would welcome FTX2 if it was properly regulated, and the coin has pumped, what is it, 114%?
300% in 30 days. And 43.44% in the 24-hour.
What else is up there?
Celestia, 38.39% 24-hour.
Yeah.
Luna,
of course.
79% on the 30 day as well.
Yeah.
You've already had that multiple times. And Kronos, Crow, 109% up in the 30 day.
I am absolutely crushing the market. And one thing I want to add here. Yeah. Don't forget to take profits. I sold Crow on Friday. I sold some Crow on Thursday. I sold some Luna last night, and I might sell some Luna again today. I'm only selling a tiny fraction because, as we know, it's the holiday season and we have Santa Claus needs to be paid to bring all of Brogan's presents down the chimney in 6 weeks' time.
Sharia, Philippines. Hello from the Philippines.
Hello to the Philippines. Hello. And hello to Kishan. I think Kishan's watching us. Hello to Gurkhan as well. He's watching us. So thanks all the regulars for coming. It's really early. I feel so tired today.
I'm a bit tired. But no, I'm really tired. The power and energy of the whole community together, joining in one place to look at the crypto has really fueled me on.
Exactly. So Crow is massively up. Luna's massively up. I hold both of them. I've sold some Luna. I've sold some Crow. What else is up? What's down? Let's go. What's not had a great 24 hours?
Neo 8.87%. Shocker. Oh no.
Who else? Anybody exciting?
I don't know. Toncoin. I mean, that's like. That's like it's a
don't
file service coin. Who cares?
We don't need to know.
You want the fun stuff. All right, let's get the 30 day then.
30 days is going to be fun. There's a lot of coins up, massively.
Yeah, you know it's bad when you see dollars and you see like stable coins, USDC and BUSD and TUSD
What, they're down like what, 0.1%?
Yeah, obviously you got Maker,
Yeah.
which is
Make a DAO, yeah. What's the 30-day gainers then?
um,
What's really, 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 really kicked on?
FTX token on 297.89% up on the 30-day.
What else?
Blur 172%.
Blur is the NFT
Oh my god,
platform,
I'm bored.
isn't it?
4chain.
Oh, Thorchain. You know what happened with Thorchain? Let me give you a bit of history of Thorchain if you're new here. Brogan said that Thorchain was going to rip, and it's done nothing but rip since he said it was going to rip.
No, yeah.
And now he's bored of it. It's like having a number one single
It's like having
for 30
the best.
consecutive
It's
weeks.
like
You
Mariah
just don't want to
Carey.
hear it anymore.
It's Mariah Carey. It's the same Christmas song over and over again
Over
for 20
and over
years
again.
consecutively.
Exactly.
It's boring.
So he's bored of Thorchain.
Solana 143%.
143%.
Injective 143% as
Now,
well.
put your hand up if you were buying Solana at $12.
Who's made a bag? I made it. Yeah,
He's made a bigger bag than me. I've been buying Star Atlas ships. So NFTs. I've been buying all kinds of things on Star Atlas. I don't have as many Sol as he does. He's the one that's held onto his bags of Sol really well.
Big up from Morocco.
Morocco, you're just across the water from us.
Medrida. Sorry if I butchered that.
We are in Gibraltar today. Most of the time we're in the UK, but today we're in Gibraltar. Are we not?
Yeah. Arlinx from Kosovo. Sounds very fancy.
I mean Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Kosovo. Yeah, I do apologise for his pronunciation. Sometimes.
Why is there a name when it's in that? Why it's nowhere? Is it?
Should we move on?
It says KOS.
Let's move on.
OVA.
I know what you're talking about. That's like saying Turkey and Turkey Eye.
What? No.
Well, Turkey's not Turkey anymore, is it?
It's not.
No, it's Turkey Eye.
What's happening to the wrong thing?
And also, what's the other place called? Kiev is not Kiev. It's Kyiv.
I don't care about that one.
Places change names over time. You got to go with the flow. Yeah. So we're going to start off with Bitcoin, aren't we?
Yep.
And we're going to start off with some news that we may be looking at a correction. Is that correct? Is that where we're up to?
You hear that? I think they had that. Hopefully, that was the sound effect. That wasn't me or you. It was the sound effect. Crypto trader issues warning on Bitcoin. It says a brief correction is brewing. Here are his targets. Oh, is this okay? Right. So this is a target-based one. So it's either going to be out the water, 400 grand by the end of the year, or boring. Crypto trader. Yeah.
What I say is that you've got to look at everybody else's opinions when you are, in crypto, especially crypto, because it's a new industry. There's no point in having confirmation bias and watching people that tell you it's going to go up all the time. Now, much as I like George at Crypto Zaros, and I do like him, I think he's a great streamer, he is Mr. Permable. He's been bullish at 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Any day now it's going up. Any day now it's going up. 25, 20, 18, 17, 16. Any day now it's going up. And for 18 months he was bullish on crypto. And now we're going up, he's bullish again. So he's had 3 years of being bullish. What you need is you need to get both sides of the argument. So Brogan will agree with things. I will agree with things. We don't have to agree on the same things, but it's that difference of opinion that helps you to form your own opinion. Because remember, when you trade, you don't trade based on what we say or what somebody else says. You trade based on your own opinion. You do your own research, you make your own opinions.
Yep.
So although we're not going to agree probably with most of what this guy's got to say,
we still need to examine it.
Still need to see, because there might be one or two things in there that we will say, you know what, that's a really good idea.
Yep.
And we'll change our mind.
But even when we do agree, if we agree or disagree, we'll give reasons why.
Exactly.
And kind of explain what we're thinking.
Precisely. So what's this man got to say? Why is he so Debbie Downer?
Let's see then. Crypto trader Ali Martinez is warning that Bitcoin will likely soon undergo a short-lived market correction. Martinez tells his 30,000 followers on the social media platform that he expects Bitcoin to pull back after nearing $38,000.
Now, I agree with that. I said this on Tuesday or Wednesday. I said
we could get rejected
by 38,000, and we could come back down. But I thought we'd come back down lower than we have done. We really haven't come down very far.
No, we've bounced again, haven't we?
It's like watching a helium balloon underwater and there's a drunk man trying to keep it down. He just can't do it.
He whacks it. He's luckily managed to whack it, and it's gone. But it's a helium balloon, so it's never not just stayed in the water.
At the minute, we're just turbocharging our way towards 40,000. But
Yeah,
I agree with
huge
him.
one, because that's like huge, like emotional.
Yeah,
it's 40,000. Okay, that's a whole. When there's a whole new number in the first number.
Exactly.
That's when
Exactly.
Stuff gets serious.
So I do agree. We did bounce off the resistance at 38,000, so he's accurate on that. I did say that was going to happen, and it has happened. That doesn't make me a genius. It was natural resistance.
I think we're pretty close to it there, aren't we?
Yeah, but 40,000 is also natural resistance. So we've got two areas there where one's based on fib and previous price action, one's based on, as Brogan's just said, psychological barriers. So, okay, what else has he got to say?
The trader used the Tom DeMark sequential indicator to predict that Bitcoin could decline by nearly 12% from its current value. Bitcoin is nearing 40,000 and the crowd couldn't be more excited. But one important rule in trading is that you cannot follow the herd. Although I'm not touching my spot Bitcoin position until sometime in 2025, I'm inclined to enter a short in the futures market. Okay. Want to know why? Well, the TD sequential presents... the TD sequential presents a sell signal on the weekly chart as Bitcoin approaches an important area of resistance between $38,500 and $42,000. I believe this resistance wall could trigger a correction toward 33,000.
That's what I just said.
Where I plan to buy the dip before the uptrend resumes. Invalidation would be a weekly candlestick close above 42,500.
We're a long way from there, I think. Has he got anything else he wants to say?
I don't know. I'm trying to look at what this.
A few shout outs while you're looking at the chart then. Good morning to Jabri, GM Sar, good morning. Path to Success, good morning. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I did drop a red envelope. I'm going to drop another one at about, what time is it now? About 11:30, I'll drop another envelope for you, sorry. So just bear with us.
Right, so the Tom DeMark sequential indicator traces a series of price points to signal possible trend reversals. Based on TD sequential principles, a 13 count indicates a pause in the current trend, a pullback or a reversal. A point of reversal is indicated when 9 consecutive candles close lower than the candles of 4 periods earlier.
I love reading technical articles because it's literal. It's like oral gymnastics.
Yeah. So what I think it means, so it's based off how many candles, right? So there's 9 there. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is, so it's going upwards.
Yeah.
So with 9. Okay, a point of reversal is indicated when 9 consecutive candles close lower. Close lower?
Close lower.
Oh, close lower. Right, so is it over here, this period?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. Well, we'll figure out for next time. How about that? The trader also notices that Bitcoin miners are selling huge amounts of Bitcoin, which can create downside pressure on the King crypto.
It doesn't. But the thing is, it's only downward pressure if there isn't buying going on, and there's a lot of buying going on.
Yeah, it doesn't just get buyed up into Ethernet.
And, massive amounts of Bitcoin. If it was massive amounts of Bitcoin, we'd be at $32,000. It's not massive amounts of Bitcoin at all. No. 100 or 1,000 Bitcoin is not a massive amount. 10,000 to 100,000, yes, but we're not seeing that volume. You've just read out that we're at 60 billion in volume. If there was massive amounts of selling going on, we'd see a lot more volume than we're seeing. Yeah. But every time we come down to 37,000 at the minute, all the Bitcoin in the world is being bought. It's just been snaffled up, right? Then we get close to 38,000. Guess what happens? Everybody sells at 38,000 at the minute, brings it down to 37, and we're in this range. Yeah. It's not causing a market crash. All right, what else has he got? And he got anything else to say before we go to the charts? Because we're going to be here all day otherwise.
It's at the end.
Fine. Okay.
He's saying since Bitcoin surged past 34,000 in late October, Bitcoin miners have been selling over 5,000 Bitcoin worth approximately $125 million. Right. Yeah, that's it.
So they've sold $175 million worth of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has a market cap of 700 billion. So that is, what's that? point.
It's roughly
1%.
2. Yeah. 1.0.
So it's not even
Nah.
worth talking about. They're not selling $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, are they?
Nah.
Or $7 billion worth of
Yeah.
Bitcoin. So it's not going to make any difference.
Well,
it's not going to make any difference.
Onto the chart now. We looked at this Thursday, and
did.
so we did with Solana, although I couldn't find the charts, I had to redraw it. But this, we looked at the same thing.
Yeah.
So I haven't redrew. It literally, Thursday's here, this bar was probably broke out. So it's been these bars here. So nothing's happened really. We broke out of this channel.
Yeah. I know.
Which you set.
Yeah.
Can't remember what I said at the time.
What I said, I can't remember what you said. What I said was I was expecting us to break back into our channel. That's what I said. I thought that this was going to be a temporary breakout, and then we're going to come back down into those two charts. What's the top and the bottom of that channel beneath the price we're at now?
It's 34.50,
Yeah.
34,500, and 36.
Right, so that's what I thought we'd get back into, 34.5, 36. That's what I was expecting. I don't see that anymore. We've gone way past that.
Nah.
I think we could have another run at 38 and get rejected again and then fall back into it.
Well, I think that's exactly what basically happened. Within Thursday, went and then hit 38 and then came right back down and then now it's below here. But I think all I did was this. I think because it was going like this, I think I said it's going to hit the top here again.
Yeah.
And then just do this again. But the test here, which is, what drew the mouse, hit out. So that's pretty much it.
The other thing that I mentioned yesterday, we've had bearish divergence for over a week now.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's not played out. So does that mean we're going to keep going up, or are we going to set at this price for a couple of days and move down? I don't know. But the action at the minute is upwards. Maybe we don't. Maybe the weekend is spent at 37, 36, 8, 37, something like that. But I can't see us moving down to 33,000 at the minute.
No.
And like I keep saying, even if the SEC says we're not going to approve the Bitcoin ETFs till January,
Yeah.
it's November the 10th. It's 7 weeks away. So they can't. What can they do? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
So as far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin for me is a hold. Buy at 37, sell at 38. There's not a lot in it at the minute. If we break 38,000, I think we're going to have a run at 40,000. If we get rejected at 40,000, or we get to 40,000 and we can't break out, short it. Short it back to 38,000. That would be my strategy, not financial advice, of course. What would you say?
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, like with this channel, like once it's broken out, like it's not going to be like, unless it falls back into it and it follows the same pattern, it's like kind of like it's out in the Wild West now. But it did bounce off 38, so it's not like it's immediately. It's not like 38 is really a really weak point of resistance.
Yeah.
It's considerable. So we could, because we bounced off it and then we carried on going up, and then so we could see ourselves going down again. I don't know if this point is going to matter anymore.
Yeah.
We could hit off 38 again. But I mean, this line we were following, I think we're following for quite a while. Obviously, we broke down, but then we came obviously back up. So it could continuously go follow this.
Yeah.
If we do fall below this price, but I don't know, because the market is so bullish right now. I don't think we would actually fall to 34.
Nope.
Like so easily.
What's the volume area just underneath where we are now? I thought we've got volume on this.
Yes.
Because that's going to give us our bottom, not our bottom, but that's going to give us our next leg down if we do move down.
Yeah. So we've got. Right. Well, actually, yeah, 34.4.
34.4
is a point. It's the strongest point of support.
So our range is 34,500 to 36,000. That's the range that we've been in for a while. So if we do come down and there is a correction, 34.5, we should find support at. If we hit 34,500 and it's not based on bearish news, I would long Bitcoin at that price. If we hit 38,000 or 40,000 and we can't find a way through, I would short.
Yeah.
Should we move on?
Yes, my fingers.
What's your is it your favorite coin next?
Solana. Well,
Solana.
I think it has to be. I was just pointing out the chart here. We had regular bearish. Obviously, you've been saying this for a while. I was just pointing out
happening. The bearish charts are just not playing out. And there's no point in showing them. We can show them and say, look, we were bearish on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and, well,
Actually,
we are Saturday, but we've been bearish now for 5 days. But it's just not happening. Right, what's Solana got to say for itself?
That's my prediction line. You know how we accidentally draw lines that accidentally just follows it perfectly? Yeah. That's about
Okay, Solana. Let's move on. We haven't got a lot of time, I don't think. What time is it now? It's already 20 past 11. We've only done Bitcoin.
That's fine.
We need to get a crack on.
That's fine.
How is it fine? We've got 25 minutes to do 2 lots of articles, 2 lots of charts, and then 3 news articles.
Fine. How do I close this? I hate ads like that. Oh. I forgot this was my job to task. Never mind. It doesn't like me. This tab's not working. Solana's SOL rallies 20% in a day, erasing woes of past 18 months. Solana token's massive rally this year increases the odds that FTX customers will recoup all their lost money. So currently it's at $54.32. I think this is a live
chart.
Actually, no, is this a photo?
I'm
it might be.
This might be for you.
All right. Updated.
There we go.
10th. Right. So this was yesterday night.
Yeah.
54. Solana's native token SOL has rallied 20% in the last 24 hours, continuing a 3-week upswing that erased the asset's yearly losses and then some. The token was trading hands near $54 at press time, according to CoinDesk market data. It had last held that level in the weeks following Terra Luna's market-shattering collapse in May 2022.
Yeah.
I'm
going to drop another box now.
Right.
One thing I'll say about this, and I've raised this before, but I don't think you were on the stream with me. Right. November the 4th, let's say it was November the 4th last year, was the day of FTX's collapse. November the 4th this year, the Solana price got back to the precise level it was at before the crash.
Right.
Exactly 12 months later, right? And then look what's happened since. We've gone on a mad run. Now, I know human beings, they have self-fulfilling prophecies in terms of, price action. A lot of the charts, as fib levels especially, it's all based on mathematical formulas because humans are creatures of habit. But there's no coincidence that SOL started to rally exactly 1 year after the FTX collapse. Yeah, well, for me, that's not a coincidence.
Well, following a cycle is like a habit. It's habitual because by every 4 years, 4 years later, the same situation that happened. It is habit. It's habit to do something. So, when you think like, oh, it's humans are cyclical. Well, it's like it feels like saying, oh, well, we're like, we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
And to say, markets are cyclical. Well, markets are all based off what people wants to sell and what people wants to buy at. So everything's based off people.
Exactly.
The perception of a company, affecting its stock price, or perception on a coin and its longevity.
Yeah.
It's all based off humans and their wants for this coin.
Absolutely.
So therefore, the whole market is based off humans. And if humans are creatures of habit, then things like these, like cycles, where it might be really hard to conceive of, like every 4 years, I can't believe it, or a whole year later, it's like these whole round numbers, 365 days or 40,000. It might not have the volume. You might not be able to predict it, but you just know that people go, it's 40,000 now. It's just a feeling. It's good. A lot of it's gut. You have to be able to predict that.
There is a chart, and you've probably seen it before, and it's taken the last 120 years, and it's done them in decades. Have you seen this before?
I might have.
And it's like buy stocks.
Oh yeah.
Hold stocks, sell stocks, restrain, buy, hold, sell.
Right.
And this 10-year cycle that happens every 10 years, this has worked since the early 1920s. Hasn't changed at all. If you'd followed that chart, you would have seen the 2008 stock market crash because it happened in that year, right?
That's crazy.
Then the following 10 years, you had a massive surge up. And then guess what happened after that? The following 10 years, we've had inflation, recessions, we've had other things that have gone on around the world.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a 30-year cycle that for some reason we adhere to. So you've got the 30-year cycle, then you've got the 7-year stock or 7 or 8 year stock market cycle. And in crypto, you've got the 4-year cycle. Everything goes in cycles. And it's like when we were at $15,000, people say now Bitcoin's going to zero. Well, if you'd looked at where we were in the market cycle, you'd see we were in the crypto winter. The bear market was right there. And we were right in the middle of that bear market.
Yep.
And guess what? We've rallied from 15,000 to 37,000 in 15 months.
Yeah.
So it's all in cycles. But Solana, back to Solana.
Yes. Solana, I don't know where we were. I'm read the whole thing again. Sol's price jump could prove to be a win for the many creators of FTX. The asset is now trading in a range that will make customers of the crypto exchange whole, according to Thomas Braziel, CEO of 107 Partners, a company that closely follows the distressed assets markets. Sam Fried was just convicted of stealing that customer's money.
Yep.
That was it.
Right. One other thing I'll add to that. While you bring the charts up, I want to say something.
Yeah.
You've heard of Grayscale. Everybody knows that Grayscale has its Bitcoin trust. And as we covered on the show this week, obviously Grayscale has an Ethereum trust. We've seen BlackRock apply for an Ethereum ETF this week. But what a lot of people don't know is that Solana, there is a Grayscale Solana trust. And do you know the price premium of Solana?
Camera's a bit slightly.
Is it going off that way?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is it going at an angle? Because
Oh yeah. At my end, it looks like.
I think, is that better?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, Grayscale have a Solana trust.
Yeah.
It is now trading at $200 per Solana. You know why?
Why?
Because it's the only way that institutional investors can get hold of Solana without...
It's that hot.
Right. Look at Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You can buy Bitcoin directly through holding MicroStrategy. You can hold mining companies. So Riot Mining, you can hold their stock. You can hold Grayscale Bitcoin Trust.
Yeah.
So you have multiple choices for holding Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Solana, what can you do? Nothing.
No.
You can't do anything other. The only asset you can buy is the Grayscale Solana Trust.
Wow.
The premium is over 300%.
That's crazy.
So for every one token, which is $100 and something, that holds 0.38
Which
Solana.
one did we talk about on Thursday? Was it the Ethereum one?
Ethereum one,
Yeah, because that was on a premium as well.
Yeah. So everything's now on a premium. But it's the only way for certain people to buy Solana.
What can't they show people Bitcoin account? Like, it's probably not that simple. I completely understand that.
Don't say the K word. So, anyway, let's get on to the charts. What are you going to say?
Okay. It's like kicking the balls. There's not a lot going on the upper end in terms of I don't actually know what's going on because no one's telling me what's going on because no one knows what's going on. This is kind of situation. This is why I drew this big fat circle of there's nothing like you see here. So I have on the right end with the volume representation. That's over the I think it goes back to September the 1st.
Yeah.
And then I have some closer range ones which start on October and the start of November. All of them don't have any volume on the upper end to maybe indicate any sort of resistance or anything. So we're just going to have to go at Fibonacci levels and whatnot.
All right. So because this is what I did when I looked at Solana. Go back in time and find. So when I look at the daily, I zoom all the way out. And I try and find a previous price that Solana was at to give it some kind of history. Why do I do that, you're going to ask me? You know when we were looking at the Bitcoin price in beginning of this year?
Yeah.
And it was at $15,000, $16,000, $17,000. People were saying it's going to zero. And I was saying, if you go all the way back to the previous all-time high, before the last one, we are sitting at that all-time high. So what happens? Creatures of habit, again, patterns. We will find a previous price point for Solana based on the charts that we will find resistance at. I can you see anything? Because you will, if you go back in time, you're going to find maybe $60, maybe $80. You're going to find price resistance in the past, and that price resistance is also going to correlate with the fib levels that you're looking at. That's why I drew the chart all the way back to the start.
Yeah, I mean, there's one at there's one here, like these 2 points here, which are very close to $60.
There you go.
Yeah, these 2 price points look like pretty close to each other. I'm looking down here, it doesn't really matter. Looking up, it's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
That's
the problem with Solana was we had a massive tear off because of FTX.
Yeah.
We should never have got to $255. That was outrageous. We should have probably got towards $100, $120. But it was pumped by FTX.
So we're pretty close to it. So we've got a lot of things. I mean, what the next point I was going to point out was $62.
Exactly.
Which was Fibonacci.
Correct.
And on the closer range Fibonacci, because this was over the entire history of Solana, it was 68.28, which was like a bit steep. But on a double price bounce off, which we've seen before, which we just look back at now, 58.64. We're at 34.62, and then there's $60 as well in between all that to consider as an emotional point of resistance. So we've got a lot of price points really close to where we are right now, which we can consider something to actually focus on. But looking at what's it called, like the Fibonacci levels, it was quite hard because obviously the prices just run up. So I did it. Where did I do it up to? I did it up to a closer range. Because I did Solana on Thursday, and it hadn't run up as it has done here. So
we were saying on Thursday that the price was going to break $50, weren't we?
Yeah,
it hadn't broken $50 at that point.
And so I drew it as I would have done it on Thursday.
Because you've got to remember, I've made a couple of price predictions with you in the last few weeks. We said $50 for Solana. We said 36 cents for Cardano. We said $40,000 for Bitcoin. And we didn't say $2,000 for Ethereum because the Ethereum news came out of the blue, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now we've hit $55, $53. Are you saying that the next leg up, because remember, when prices go up, it's like walking up a set of stairs, isn't it?
Yeah, which slowly gets slippier.
And slowly gets slippier, but you get more and more tired as you go up the stairs. If you try and go up too many flights of stairs in one go, it gets too tired. So what's the next leg up for Solana? Is that $58?
Yeah, $58.64. That was kind of like an in-between price between 2 price points. They were like $1 off each, so I just put it in the middle. So 58.20, 58.90, maybe like in between there.
Okay.
I'll just say 58.64.
Right. Now, if we have a correction,
right, yeah.
Where's the next volume down?
Right. So we have a Fibonacci level of $47.17, which, obviously always look at the Fibonacci levels, but I like to look at actual volume where people are putting like buy orders. And those two points, you can see the spike here. Obviously, there's one at $20. I've already talked about it many times.
Yeah.
It's just people putting buy orders in and forgetting about it.
Yeah.
But the two biggest ones, obviously, there's one down at $32, but this one's $41.50. Over, so you can see here, it's quite high here in comparison because the size of the bars are all like linked with each other in a way. So you can see, so if everyone's putting buy orders at $20.66, since there's so much there, it makes these 2 points here look really small because there's so much on the lower end. So, these might not like anything significant, but they are. So the significant level, I would say, to really focus on would be $41.50.
We've got nothing higher than that. I can't see it coming down to $41.
But that's what I'm saying. We've got $47.17.
Right, okay.
But as in like something I can surefire say is something
okay.
because Fibonacci, it does, but things can just go past immediately.
So if we had a big correction, we could break through 47
and go to 41
and go to 41. If we have a minor correction, we're going to go to 47. You see, I agree because I think we're not going to hold $50 on Solana.
No, I mean if we get above 60.
The problem is, it's one of those things, it's profit taking at $50. Now, there's only so much institutional buying that's going to go on right now in Solana. So I think we're going to give up $50. I think we're going to come down to 48.70, 47.80?
47.17.
Yeah, I think we're going to come down to that. And then I think we're going to have $50 as our level of resistance.
Yeah, I can make that.
That's what I think could happen because, as I said, we've had a huge run up. We need to cool off. So that's the charts for Solana. Now let's get on with Chainlink.
Yes.
While you're bringing the article up, We've covered Chainlink quite a lot on here. We're a big fan of the token. It's not sexy like Solana. It's not sexy like Ethereum or Bitcoin. It's just a back-end coin that links everything together. That's why it's called Chainlink. But the actual price action on it has been consistent for 18 months up until last month. And then it absolutely tore out of the same range it's been in for 18 months. So we were saying on this channel probably 5 or 6 weeks ago, the price action was between $4.80 and $8.50 or something like that. And we were in that cyclical pattern every couple of months for 15 months. And now, what are we now? $15? Just open it.
Yeah, wait, on Solana.
We're at $55 on Solana. Chainlink.
15, you say?
15.
Yes, 15.
15.
15
right.
and 0.05.
Right, while you're doing that, I'm now going to drop a red envelope, as promised, on for our beautiful watchers. Eliane, welcome to the stream. Path to success. Hello again.
Someone asks, is there going to be a quiz? Yes, at the end of the show, after we've done all the TA and the articles and spoken about everything, the end will be the quiz where you can answer questions we'll ask and get a bit of crypto for it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to drop some tokens for you guys, but you will have to bear with me. Brogan's going to go through the link article now.
All right. Grayscale, Chainlink, Trust shares rocket to 200% premium. Glink shares are now trading for triple the price of SpotLink tokens. Glink. That's great. Not G-Link. I don't like G-Link. I like Glink. Glink shares, the Grayscale's Chainlink Trust, have rocketed to a 200% premium compared to the SpotLink markets. The sizable spread was flagged by Chainlink God, prominent influencer and Chainlink community ambassador. The data shows the spread between Glink, the Glink and Link showing growth from roughly 200% to 200%.
We've lost him.
Amid the latest Chainlink rally.
He's on a little bit of a giggle fest now because he's got Glink. It's like the noise that you cut your keys make when they fall out of your pocket and roll down the gutter. They just go glink.
It's not, when you drop an ice cube in water.
Yes,
as well.
That's true.
The news comes after Link more than doubled the price over the past 3 year week. What? God. The news comes after Link more than doubled in price over the past 3 weeks amid the broader crypto market recovery.
Yeah.
Link last changed hands for $13.13, up from $6 on September 18th, according to CoinGecko.
That's out of date then, because we're at $15 now, aren't we?
Oh yeah, you guys.
That's nice, that, by the way.
Yeah, it's like coconut.
Yeah, it's nice.
Talking about ETFs.
So is this another article about a Grayscale?
Yes, and then being a premium, as always, apparently. Because
again, you can't get access to it, so you're going to buy into it. That's the thing that's going to happen with Link. There's a lot of coins that we keep telling people about that nobody likes, nobody cares about. Everybody wants to talk about XRP, Solana, Ethereum, but things like Link and Cardano, when they go, and they tear. And Chainlink has gone up, 100 and something percent in the last month. It will retrace. I'm convinced that this mini bull run, there's going to be a cooling off period. That's why I sold yesterday and the day before. I kind of try to DCA out as we go up. So what's the price action looking like on Link? Have we got any bearish divergence?
Oh, I did draw.
Are we going to go up? What are we going to do? Bestow your knowledge upon us. We are your mere pupils, O TA Master.
So the line's really hard to see. That's a big line. All right, there we go. It's the same situation, really.
Same situation as Solana and everything else.
I mean, everything. I mean, after playing it's not multiple times now. Everything has the same situation of.
I need to update the menu.
That'll be fine.
Good point.
All right. So.
1 second.
So we've already about. Okay, so cool. So this is quite. Actually, to be fair, this is actually not that hard to talk about. This is quite straightforward. So we've got volume. This is over start of November, going back towards probably I think the third. Like, when did I set this for? Actually, I can't remember. Oh, I've done some too. Right. Yeah. Sometimes the trading view doesn't like to show me the actual thing. So from the 1st of September is the one on the right side, the big chunky one. If I want to like show everything. and this little one is a November, from November, but they both show the same thing. So, like I said, like we always talk about with big like big buy orders at the bottom, like just people putting a buy order and just leaving it and forgetting about it. So obviously you've got one at $7.32, no one cares. You've got $11.24, which isn't crazily far away. If we do,
I could see that. That's 20% again.
Yeah, if we do come crashing out like a big correction, like we're talking about with Solana, where it could crash, it could like break any sort of support based on like a actual practical volume-based support where it's just a correction.
Yeah.
Then we could see $11.24 because it's very strong here. But on the closer range, if we don't really see that, we've got a range between $16 and $14.57. So we can see here with this red, as we broke up, we can see, it bounces right off $16. It's kind of similar with this point on, when was this? This was yesterday. No, today, actually. Or right now. It basically came right down to $14.57, which is the next volume point, as support, or the highest volume point as close to the price as you can get, which is the current support level. Obviously, there's some lines here and there which were as it was coming up to this range, and as the volume wasn't as strong, as it was still developing. But now the volume's developed. Like I said, when the lines are so when this volume down here is so large, it makes everything look really small. Yeah. Because of it's like a concentration ratio. Yeah. A concentration ratio where if something's so big over here, the numbers might be large no matter what, but it looks so much smaller because of this bar here. But this is even stronger than Solana's lines. Solana's lines aren't as big as this. So we've got a pretty strong point of support at $14.57 or nearing $40.58.
I'm happy with that price. What price are we now exactly?
$15.20 and $15.023. So
we're just above that point there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we're like 55 cents above it.
So like Solana,
$1.55.
Just like Solana, we've got something that's within a couple of percent of where we are now. And then directly beneath that, if we do have a bigger correction, we've got a 20% move down. Yeah. But that 20% move down is still massively, massively up from where we were 3 or 4 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've got this huge jump up from the 20th of October. We've danced around a bit, and then at the start of this month, we danced within here, and then we broke up. We shot up even more to where we are right now. So even if we do fall down, because you can clearly see it by the volume, at how the action's played out. So obviously we've got this point right here. We're decently weak, but we're pretty strong. Yeah. If we fell down, we see from October, later into October, we were here, and then all this stuff happens. Bull market starts to come into fruition. Then we ran up to this next point on the fib, nearing $11, whatever. And this was the new support. This was the new foundation level. Yeah. And then we rode up again. As we say, resistances can turn to support, and supports because we bounced off it multiple times, and then we came up it. Yeah. And then it was kind of where we were sitting at for a while. And now, in turn, if we do fall down, below this support, support level, not as strong being $11.24, would fall down to where we were dancing at, trying to break up. And even if we fell down there, we would break down to the next point, which is just as strong, which was where we exactly were before any of this happened. Which
is still bullish, because we're still in a Solana, XRP, Cardano, Link. They've all been putting in higher lows now for about 6 to 8 weeks. So even if we came all the way back down, we are still in a bullish pattern. Yeah, that's what people need to understand. We won't. Yes, we've lost all of the profits. If you didn't take any profits, you will have lost the profits for now. But we would still come down to an area where we're still bullish. We'd have to break. We've been drawing trend lines on Solana and Link and everything else. We'd have to break that trend line, and we're way above the trend line. Yeah, we're way above the moving average. Now, one thing I'm going to answer is I've got a question: is it too late to buy some of these coins? Can you do me a favor on the Link chart? Can you zoom all the way out to show the previous all-time high and get it on the screen? Right. Look at this chart and have a look at how far we've moved up. Okay. We are I think the all-time high for Link was it $48, $47.
This one says $52.
$52. Okay. So, and what we at now? 15.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hide all the TA we just did
Right.
to try and show like the entire action of the. Oh, sorry.
So we need to 3x from here to hit the previous all-time high. Could Link hit $100? Absolutely. That's a 7x from where we are now. So if you've just joined, by the way, there's 7,000 people so far on the stream today.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. That's a lot more than normal, so we can definitely tell that the bull market is back. Is it too late to buy into any of these coins? No. But our advice would be to dollar cost average in. Don't FOMO in and buy your entire portfolio today. Set yourself a goal of maybe the end of the year. That gives you, 6-7 weeks. Dollar cost average in every single week. So if you have $100 a week to spend to buy on your 10 tokens, buy those 10 tokens every Sunday and do that for the next 7 weeks. If we do have a 20% correction, then all well and good. We get a 20% correction and you buy those dips.
Yep.
If the price does go up from here, it's not likely to shoot up at the same rate that it has been shooting up for the last couple of weeks. So you won't set a price much higher than where we are now. That's why you dollar cost average in. It kind of takes out that little bit of risk of a correction, which is on the cards. There's a correction on the cards for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Everything else that shot up, it can come down. So my advice is it's not too late. Zoom out on the charts. Link was $52. It's currently today at $15. So you'd still get it at a 70% discount to where it was in the previous bull run. Also, make sure to hit the follow button, the like button, and everything else to follow us, because if you are new to crypto, we try and explain things. Brogan especially tries to explain things in a way that you can understand. With all that being said, we now need to get on with the news. Yeah. Because we're going to run out of time. Do you know what time it is, by the way? I haven't got a clue.
No idea.
Is it like 12 o'clock yet?
11:47.
Okay, let's get on with the news.
The sidebar buttons decided to work now.
Oh, that's good.
Which is lovely.
That's good.
I started pressing them randomly to see. Oh, closed it.
Nothing better than a live show for things to go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So this is to do with Crypto.com have signed a deal with the World Economic Forum. Right. That's what this article is about. And we're going to be bullish on this. We're not going to be bearish.
Okay. We'll see. Crypto.com admitted to the World Economic Forum, mass adoption soon. Crypto.com has recently been admitted to the World Economic Forum, a leading global economic institution. The WEF is a non-profit foundation that brings together leaders to discuss and address global challenges. The organization had a long history of advocating for innovation and economic growth. The admission of Crypto.com is a sign that cryptocurrencies will play a significant role in the global economy. Let's discover more about this important news. So these are some reasons why Crypto.com's admission to the WEF is significant. It shows that the WEF is taking cryptocurrencies seriously. Yeah, that's pretty good. The WEF has a global reach. Yeah, a lot of great advertising for Crypto.com when everyone looks at it.
Absolutely.
The WEF is committed to innovation. It is a leading forum for discussing and developing new technologies. Crypto.com's admission to the WEF will give the company access to a network of thought leaders and innovators.
Absolutely.
That's not what that means. Thought leaders.
All right, we don't need to read any more of that. It's good news. So, two things we want, aren't there, with regards to crypto? We want adoption and we want regulation.
Yeah.
Why do we want regulation? Because regulation provides security for the retail investor. If you come to crypto at the minute and you buy crypto, you are not protected by these financial, what are they called now? The Financial Services Commission will insure your money if it's with a bank.
Right.
You don't get that if it's not a regulated business. So we need all that, and we need adoption.
Yeah, I think like when one comes, the other will come.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the World Economic Forum gets terrible stick from everybody, including us in the past. But for crypto, in general, this is massive news.
Yeah.
Now, the only slight on this is, do you know which crypto company was associated with the World Economic Forum before this was announced?
Wait, let me guess. Oh, right. The beginning of an F.
It begins with an F.
Okay. How many do I know which begin with F?
That's correct.
Does it have NT in it as well?
It was FTX. That's right. We don't have time to play
Okay,
Hangman
okay.
on the show. It was FTX, and of course that collapsed last November. Does it come as a surprise to me that 12 months later this company gets introduced to them? No. Again, it's 12 months to the month after FTX were removed that now we have another crypto firm in its place.
God.
So bullish on this. Bullish because it introduces crypto to the top table, if you like, of political leaders of UK, America, Asia, Africa, Middle East. It's great news for crypto. What's next? Let's crack on.
Sarif M just put ZZZ. I think he's a bit bored. I think he's waiting for the quiz, maybe.
Who said that?
Sarif M. I don't know if it was an accent though. Oh, this is good. He's good. It's never mind. I think it's an accent.
What do we have next? Is this the one article I've forgotten?
French. Crypto.
Ooh la la.
Ready?
To all of our French watchers.
Let's go. French investors increasingly prefer crypto over stocks, so it reveals. Now crypto's going to be popping off because the French are in it. Let's go.
Yeah.
A new study reveals that more French investors own crypto than stocks and ETFs.
Which is incredible.
Woohoo! Yay. The latest findings from a comprehensive survey shed light on the evolving investment habits of French individuals, highlighting a significant shift towards digital assets
Absolutely.
and alternative investment methods among the younger demographic.
Yeah.
You put this article in so you can say ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
France's new wave of crypto investors.
Can you record me for that magic box?
You know what?
And every time I say something, you can just go ooh la la.
We don't need to download it. We'll get a couple. We'll think of some ideas.
I can just provide all of
You'll
the.
go woohoo!
Yeah, sounds
Ooh la
good.
la.
Can we get that prairie dog that goes wahoo?
Yeah. Oh,
One of them.
if you guys have not seen prairie dogs,
They're amazing.
look them up.
You wake them up in the morning, a prairie dog. You wake them up in the morning. You have to suck them in because they want to be all snuggly. You wake them up in the morning and they greet you with a wahoo. What you know, cats. What the cats do? They look at you. They give you the side eye and just look at you like they want to push you over.
What do you guys prefer, dogs or cats? Leave it down and say why, if you have any.
Are you a dog or a cat person?
Or if you're not, say what pet you have.
And if you've got a fish, I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah, I don't know what reason you have for that.
So,
I don't know. That was it.
We don't need to read any more of that because I want to get on to the next article because that's the one I want to talk to you about. So while you're bringing that up, I just want to say one thing.
Oops.
And I've had this conversation on this channel before, but I've not said it for a while, so I'm going to say it again. Crypto. I'm old enough, believe it or not, I am not 25. I am a lot older than that. And I was around when the internet first blossomed. And the best way to describe it is it was nowhere, then everywhere at once. And Brogan must have heard me say that 20 times. And what I mean is, nobody speaks about crypto, nobody mentions crypto, and then all of a sudden, it's everywhere. Perfect example yesterday, I walked into a pharmacy, and the pharmacist said to me, Bitcoin, eh? How about that? Randomly, out of the blue, the pharmacist says that to me. By the end of next year, every major institution will have its toe in crypto. You'll have NFT tickets for events, which you can get now with Taylor Swift, yes, but it will be deployed across multiple platforms and crypto will be everywhere. We've seen off the worst bear market in crypto history, and all of you, like I said yesterday, deserve a massive pat on the back. But remember, when people start to talk to you about crypto, don't be, what's the word I want to use? Be nice to them. Welcome them to crypto, pat them on the back, and if they say to you, should I go and buy Doge, Elon Musk, MarsMoon.com coin, don't let them do it.
Give them our name.
Tell them to follow Crypto Warehouse, but also tell them to go and get Bitcoin and Ethereum and the proper cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, not and have to download YouTube.
Sorry?
And have to download YouTube.
Yeah.
And go to Crypto Warehouse.
Yeah. So just follow us and obviously try and help them. Don't be mean to them. It's the same way when people wanted to get onto the internet. Don't be mean to people who are new to crypto. They're going to call you lucky for buying XRP at 20 cents. They're going to call you lucky for buying Bitcoin at $25,000. Don't laugh at them for saying that, because you And we both know the sleepless nights you've had. And it's jealousy.
They're jealous.
But you've told them for the last 3 or 4 years about crypto, and they've not taken that advice on board.
No.
And they've called it, silly money, and they've called it it's not real, and whatever. And as I said yesterday, 97% of all currency in the world is held on computer spreadsheets. Bitcoin is only 3% more than that. Bitcoin is 100% digital. The cash in your bank account is 97% digital. But which one would you trust more? My answer would be Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Anyway, preach time over.
Yep.
This is the article I want to talk to Brogan about, because we had a comment or two yesterday about this, and somebody was saying that. You go through the article first,
okay,
and then we'll talk about it.
Ubisoft partners with blockchain studio Immutable to develop Web3 games. Ubisoft partners with blockchain game studio Immutable to develop innovative Web3 games that integrate decentralized technology and digital asset ownership. Major video game publisher Ubisoft has announced a new partnership with blockchain game developer Immutable to collaborate on creating Web3 games. Yeah, okay. Key points.
You've not read this before, have you?
Key points.
You didn't read this before. This is the first time you've seen it. Fine, okay, perfect. Go for it.
After I read these key points,
read that.
It'll be like I just read it.
I'm going to drop another box.
Right. AAA Game Studio Ubisoft has partnered with blockchain game. Yep. They will combine their expertise to integrate mainstream gaming development quality with Web3 functionality like immutable ownership of in-game assets. Immutable's existing blockchain infrastructure and experience integrating decentralized aspects into games were the key drivers for the partnership. Ubisoft aims to bring the benefits of Web3 and digital ownership to players through this collaboration. Immutable has successfully launched demos of games like Guild of Guardians that incorporate Web3 features. They also recently launched a zero-knowledge roll-up gaming solution called Immutable ZK EVM to enable high throughput and low-cost transactions. Web3 games are starting to enter the mainstream space, with titles like Illuvium set to launch on Epic Games Store. The Ubisoft partnership marks an important milestone for mainstream adoption of Web3 gaming. It demonstrates traditional gaming studios are embracing blockchain technology. Perfect.
That's all we really need from that article.
2 points.
Right, so I'm going to tell you what I said, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about this. So I don't know how many people here are new to crypto and don't know what NFTs are, but we're not going to go back to the very beginning.
No.
I'm just going to give you the standpoint where I think gaming is going to change forever. If you have a game that is based on the blockchain, where the NPCs are AI driven, and you can play to earn NFTs, skins, resources, cars, tools, whatever. When you get to that point and those NFTs are in your possession and you can go and take them to another game or sell them on a marketplace, then we have reached crypto utopia in gaming. And that's what I said the other day to a guy who was talking about this very deal. So my question to you is, the argument against that is that it's going to be impossible to port NFTs between games. In your opinion, why is that not a correct statement?
Port NFTs to different games. Was this with current Web3 companies within games or gaming companies?
Forget that. What's the reasons why you can move skins between games?
Well, because it's all on the blockchain. It's all stored, it's all there. And as long as you share the assets between, and obviously this is where it gets tricky, as long as you share the assets between the two games.
But you need a common standard, don't you? As
blockchain.
Well. No. With blockchains, blockchain's just a ledger. In terms of if I want to take a Fortnite skin from here, and I want to play it in Call of Duty, it needs to be more than just on the blockchain, doesn't it? You need to be able to map that skin into that game, don't you?
As long as you have the assets, I think that's what I said.
Yeah, but those assets, and what I'm saying is you need to explain that so then people know that are listening precisely, rather than just saying it's on the blockchain, because we have a lot of new people. What I just said was... Explain it in layman's terms.
Yeah, well, what I just said was as long as the assets are in both games, as long as the 3D models and the way they run and the programming of like the animations of how it runs and how it shoots. As long as all that is identical between two games, obviously not just how it shoots, but how it looks. As long as that's completely identical between both games, then it should just be the fact, okay, you own it, cool, you can have it in the game.
So the next question then is, because I'm getting on to your next point, you see, I'm leading you through it. So my next question for you is, do you think this is going to be something done retrospectively into existing games like Fortnite and Call of Duty? Or do you think that we're going to see a new breed of games? So do you think we're going to see Epic Games and Ubisoft and Atari and whoever? Do you think they're going to bring out a new breed of games with these NFT assets? Or do you think that they're going to start doing it retrospectively? Do you think Fortnite are going to go and create all of their skins and map them? Or are they just going to go, right, okay, well, that was phase one. Phase two is we're going to make a new generation of games. What do you think is the best, not best, what do you think is the most realistic way forward for these games?
I think the smartest way would have to make a new game.
Okay.
I don't think, because if you have to, obviously I know, because like what they'd have to do if they were to put into existing games would be have an option to use Web3 and NFTs as your skins, and then have an option to not do so. But I feel like it adds value. It makes it easier when when the entire game is based off NFTs and stuff. So like if most of the people playing Web2 and they're just buying the skin with V-Bucks for £9,
yeah,
and they own it, it's like, okay, cool. But it's like, you're no different from everybody else if you have an NFT or not. And obviously, because if you want that skin, it's like, okay, well, either I buy it for a bunch for more than I could do if I just wait for it to come out in the store from someone else, or I just buy it Web2 and just pay £9 for it. So it's like, then everyone needs to have a want for it, number one. And number two, it's easier if you make a new game. Obviously, the games take a long time to do, but you can build the infrastructure like more geared towards NFTs. Thirdly, it's just easier when you have a separate game for people who like NFTs.
Yeah.
Both for the fact that everyone is using NFTs, so everyone understands the concept of it and how it works. So everyone can appreciate when there's a marketplace.
Yeah.
But also for these game companies where okay, we're going to try this out.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they have faith or not. If the game doesn't work out that well, then they can always go, okay, fine, whatever, and then they can just leave it and move on. Hopefully, if they make an actual good NFT game, that shouldn't happen. But if they make a game and no one likes it, then there you go. They can just leave it.
Yeah. The question about the red envelope is, I have dropped 2 red envelopes on the stream already. You should have seen them. They were there. I dropped one at the start, and I dropped one about 15 minutes ago. Right. So my question then is, if they're going to have to introduce them into new games and not into old games, we're going to see a good 3 or 4 year lag, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean,
this is going to be a long time before this happens.
Yeah, I mean, because like what you've just done is what would make sense, where they partner with a game studio and they make a new game instead of it being, oh yeah, we've got Assassin's Creed guys, but we're just going to plug in NFTs. It's like, obviously you'll see a 3 to 4 year lag, but we were talking about that a couple of years ago anyway. With like
we were.
So
and for all we know, this announcement
was it in preparation plus 2 years? So maybe they've already been working on it.
Exactly. Now, the other thing, of course, is you've got Star Atlas and you've got Earth, Mother, Sun. You've got other games that we've played on this channel before, which are already out there, but it's all fragmented. And by fragmented, I mean, there's no common denominator, is there, between them? So you've got Immutable X, you've got Blazel, you've got Sui, you've got chains that have games or the ability to run games on them. Solana is another one. The problem I've got is that there needs to be, we need to stitch all of these spiders' webs together, don't we? So I want to get to the point where I have an avatar of me, which can go and play or as me in multiple games. So in Fortnite, I want to connect my wallet and it see the assets that I've got and play as that person, like Ninja.
Yeah.
So it's Fortnite who's got it in, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I want Ninja, who's got a 1-of-1 skin in Fortnite. I want Ninja to be able to go to Call of Duty, Minecraft, I don't know another game, CSGO,
Yeah.
I want him to be able to go to all of those games in the future and be Ninja as a one of one, because that way it's kind of like that then goes from being a game to being your online avatar,
It's
doesn't
an
it?
experience then. It's proper full on thing. Like, yeah, a game, you have fun in it, but then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's him. Like, you just see it, and like, it's like, you're able to like respect it more.
Yeah.
And like, oh, okay, it's his. And it makes it rarer. Like when you have
Exactly.
something which can be used in like so many places.
Yeah.
It's like, this is really cool, because I can imagine my character, building things, and oh, really cool if it was a Call of Duty running around killing things. It's like,
But you'll get arbitrage as well, won't you? So think about this. You've got a fairly common skin in Fortnite, but that skin is maybe 5 years old. So it's kind of maybe there's only 5,000 of them. But then you take that skin and then you go to the Call of Duty marketplace, and then you sell that skin, and nobody else on that marketplace has that skin. And you have somebody look at it and go, oh my God, look at that pearlescent marble effect. That looks amazing. And they'll pay $20, $30, $40 for it. So that's the good thing. The downside, there was another article I read, which I haven't included, and the article title was, Gamers are put off the blockchain by $10,000 NFTs. That was the headline.
That makes sense.
Right?
I think CSGO would be the perfect game for NFTs.
Yeah.
You have the loot boxes.
Yeah.
You open them. Awesome. You have the skins. Because I think, right, obviously, in Fortnite, you've got pickaxe, you've got your black bling, back bling, you've got your glider, you've got your tray, you've got all this crap. CSGO, you've got a knife and you've got guns, and you get them, and like obviously, some could be worth 10,000 whatever, but a lot of them, like, you can buy cool looking ones for like $10 on Steam Marketplace.
Yeah.
And you and Steam, and obviously CSGO, it wouldn't really need it, because it's one game, and you wouldn't really get that anywhere else. And the Steam Marketplace, like when you get the gun, and that's what's very nice about Cisco. When you get the gun, you kind of own it. You can't just like move it, in your wallet, but you have it in your Steam account wallet.
Yeah.
So, but you can trade it and sell it, and do whatever you want with it. So, and that was years and years and years ago.
I think what would be a good idea for all of these games, let's take Star Atlas, which we've seen loads and loads of times. I come to Star Atlas and I'm a gamer. I have absolutely no idea what to do. It's impossible to understand, right? In my opinion, as a first-time person who doesn't know crypto, doesn't know the game, and I come there and I just see this ship's worth $5 million, this ship's worth $100,000. I was thinking, I'm not playing this game. Yeah. I want to go, like in CSGO and all these others, I want to go and I want to pay $40. I want to pay $40, and with